English. So Singamli. Hi everyone, welcome again. I'll continue from where I've left on structure, and again continuing on saying my disclaimer. Part of having this channel, or part of me having to involve myself in this channel or in this space, is I'm trying to get better at presenting. I'm trying to get better at not butchering words. I'm trying to get better at taking the skills, or the skill that I've developed, when it comes to writing. I must say I'm pretty much good in that. So I want to take that into now the presentation part, or into the presenting part, having to get comfortable with the screen, comfortable with speaking the language, English, of course, official language. Sekgowa, Singamla, So yes, I'm educating myself as well, with these things, or with all these videos that I'll be doing. And again, one thing that I want to get better at, it's the presentation etiquettes. I want to stop butchering some words. I want to stop having to say, most of the time, because chances are you don't know, or maybe you might know. Yes, so I want to stop. There are little things that they often get our attention off, or they throw our attention off. So I want to get better at those things, or having to have the awareness into knowing, what, this thing won't serve me, or this won't send the message that I want to send quite well. So I want to get better at that. I want to get better at presenting and having to use this language in the best way possible. So yeah, continuing where I left off on structure. So recently I've been doing a bit of a information collection, so that I would share it with you guys. So still on structure. This has been one thing that has been fascinating for me, and I've been fascinated by this idea where, when you look at Indians, or when you look at high income ethnicity, when you look at different ethnicities, you'd find that Indians, they stand at the top. They stand at the top of the hierarchy when it comes to high earning ethnicity. And part of that reason, I was like, why are Indians, whether it's Indian American, it's Indian South African, Indian African, in most of the time, those, or that ethnicity group, stands at the highest of the earning pyramid. Oh, I said I want to stop saying, they stand at the highest point of earning individuals. And when I try to break this thing down into so many legged aspects or facets, I gotten to understand that the reason why Indians are sitting at the highest of the hierarchies when it comes to high earning ethnicity is because of structure. That's it. It's because of structure, and it's because of pride as well. Indians, structure and pride, and I think those two, they go hand in hand in this way. Pride of the sense that, when you're Indian, or when you come from an Indian family, it's something that you grew up understanding, or it's something that you grew up seeing, that, what, me being an Indian, or me being a descendant from India to other countries, or being or immigrating from one country to the other, you always know at the back of my head that STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, it's one field that I will push forward my career path. And the sense of pride of having to be involved in that field, or the sense of pride of having to be part of that field and carrying the Indian society into them being involved in that field. That's one thing that makes them to be at the hierarchy or at the highest income earners ethnicity. And and you'd understand how that sense of pride is being carried forward for years and years, given the fact that if you look at some of your um, top IT companies, top engineering companies, they are headed by, or they are chaired by Indian people, or they are chaired by that ethnicity, you know, that ethnicity, that Indian ethnicity, and all of that, or through all of that, it's the sense of pride that they've been carrying throughout the years, or it's a sense of pride that you grow up knowing that for me, there's no other career path other than being in engineering, technology, science, or in mathematics. So that sense of pride, or the sense of culture, sorry, the sense of culture, it's what makes Indians the high earning ethnicity across all other ethnicity. And there's been a study that has been released recently, where it shows, from US, of course, where it shows Indian Americans, I mean, Pakistan Americans, Chinese Americans, Japanese Americans, at the highest there, it's your Indians. And you have to ask yourself why. Why are these people, or why is this ethnicity sitting at the highest across all those other nations? It's pride and structure, and of course culture. I've gotten to understand that Indians are very much deep and very much rich in culture. They don't allow anyone to be pretty much of a dent, or to dent their culture, if that makes sense. They kind of like create this force field ball where nothing nothing comes, you know, within this ball. Everything bounces off. And I mean, you might have known by now, or you might have had, the outrage when coming to the Jewish society as well. That sense of structure or sense of culture, it's what makes those people to be who they are, or it's what makes those people to have a richness in what they do, or to protect what they have and what they do. So yeah, culture, they're rich in culture as well. A huge force field that is there to protect and pretty much create a path for other generations, other Indian or other generations that fall under their ethnicity. So culture, they're rich in that as well. And and of course, they're smart. They are one of the smartest people that I've ever encountered. I remember back in varsity, there was this lady. She was good, man. This lady was chowing the course. She was chowing the course like nobody's business, like getting A's, your 90s A's, and her name was Fatima. If there's anyone who went to varsity with me, I think they can testify on that Fatima was killing course. She was killing course like nobody's business. So yeah, yes, that's one thing that I needed to share, just to touch on structure, as well as what that structure builds for us, or what that structure uh, creates for other people that come after. So yes, structure, it's one thing that is very, very, very much key across all ethnicities now. apart from this one that I've just highlighted, the Indian ethnicity, them being one of the most highest paid or income earners ethnicity across the world, if I may say, or across US, yeah, the hub of influence. So uh, yes. I just wanted to say that how important structure is, and how how we can learn from that, especially when you have to study other ethnicities, or when you have to study other communities, or when you have to study other people that have built things, or other people that continue building things, or continue, you know, being of inspiration to us. So I just wanted to share that with you, and pretty much get comfortable in this space, and grow my understanding and my awareness into these social etiquettes that I mean social presenting etiquettes that I'm trying to build and get comfortable. And yeah, I nearly said I know. I'm sorry, I nearly said, you know. So yes, that's it. Please subscribe, and I look forward to sharing some other interesting and um, interesting information, interesting news that are there. So thanks, and subscribe there. Yes, there. Salute.